Yeah, so I'm gonna go over something that I call the sigvirtus response. It is pretty much how people that don't think it's possible for me to be creative, talented, successful, etc., respond to me being so anyway. Now, here are the logic gates that were occurring, right? I wanted to make brilliant music, make brilliant art, stuff that I can enjoy, right? And so here's what they did. They said, he can't because of blank. And blank was some different reason. Blank was pretty much we don't like him. Blank, no matter what it was always some technical reason backed by we don't like you. That's what it was. He can't because blank. He can't because he hasn't gone to school for music. He can't because he doesn't listen to this artist and you have to respect this artist in order to be some stupid shit like that, right? And my response is I can because blank, which really I just had to break apart their argument and explain why they were doing it. And it showed that they didn't have an actual basis for saying that it was all an irrational attempt to stop me from being that. And then the next stage was he hasn't been doing it. But with sigvirtus, I did. And there were other projects. Sorry, I'm limited here because I'm fucking responding to your thinking. Remember, every time I'm stupid when I'm explaining to you, it's because I'm being compressed by your fucking point of view. So, my bad. He hasn't been. It was supposed to be if he hasn't been, then therefore he cannot be. It's supposed to be if it hasn't been happening, then it will not happen, right? But it has been happening. It's happened tons of times. And sigvirtus is one of the times that it did. And I like to say that it happened with my latest project with Point and Collision. And so with these two arguments out, once I beat their blink because and the he hasn't been, which means no momentum, I do it and I have been doing it, which defeats the he can't do it because, and it also defeats the he hasn't been doing it. So I do it, right? And their next stage is, how is he doing that? And while asking this question, they're pretty much saying, this is impossible, this cannot be occurring, it has no right to be happening, right? And so what that does is it destabilizes the event. They refute, like this is where the he hasn't been comes in. If I have been, then they'll say that it's impossible for me to have been doing it. And this is when they start calling it luck. This is when they start saying that I got lucky. It's not that I made one good song. And here's where the luck shit doesn't fucking fly, right? It's not that I made one good fucking song on sigvirtus. It's that all of sigvirtus is fucking smooth as fuck. It is awesome. It is so fucking great, right? And it's not just one song. I didn't get lucky with one fucking song in that project. The entire fucking project has me in it the entire time. The entire project is me flowing, me existing without your getting in the way to stop it because you were too focused on no problem to solve. That's what that entire project is. That project was me flowing with you out of the way. That's what that fucking project was, right? Me being myself without you to say, you can't do that, right? So you guys say, how is he doing that? It's not fair, it's not right? So I say, I just am. I'm just doing it. That's just how this has been. I've always been this talented. Every time you say something, you break it apart by claiming you don't understand it. And they go, no, that's not fair. And that's not fair is when it starts. That's not fair is when they say, what's happening now is not fair. It is not right that he can be accomplishing this, that he can be famous, he can be talented, he can be making something that's better than I can criticize. It's not fair that he is no longer criticizable to me, that I cannot control how people see him, right? And then I say, no, it is fair. No, they say it's unfair, right? I say, no. I say, that's interesting. I say, no, it's fair. I could do it this whole time. You were just witchcrafting, massing against me. You were just doing witchcraft masses, meaning every time that I did it, you became aggressive and irrational. Now, here's how this works. Now, they say it's unfair. I say, no, it isn't. I can still do it anyway, right? And so this is when they start attacking me, which is what they already want to do, because the whole reason that they're even breaking me apart like this is because they already want to attack me, right? And so they're just looking for a logic they can use to say justifies attacking me. So they start attacking me, tantrum, right? And so here are the main arguments that they use. Because to them, it wasn't right for me to be talented, for me to be successful, for me to make something that they could not criticize. It doesn't matter what's right anymore. Now they can do whatever they want to me. Because what they're saying is it doesn't matter what makes sense. They can keep going regardless. And that's actually an argument that they have. it doesn't matter what's fair. It doesn't matter what's fair. It's pretty much the same thing as it doesn't matter is what makes sense, but those separated into two different categories. What it pretty much does is it means that because what I was doing was unfair, it no longer matters what they do to me, even if it is unfair, because what I was doing to them, being talented, even though they didn't want me to be, is apparently fucking stabbing them in their fucking sleep, apparently. It's a fucking Trojan horse or something. Okay. So they say you kept going, so that means we get to keep going. And what this is even when they're wrong, even when what they're doing to me is wrong, even when they're attacking me for no reason, even when they're pressuring to make me homeless, even when they're pressuring to ruin my life, even when they're pressuring to fucking make me a rapist or a pedophile or a pervert, all those things, even when they're pressuring to push me into those things. They say it doesn't matter. You weren't supposed to be able to do what you're doing, so why does it matter that we're not supposed to be doing this, huh? You weren't supposed to make something that good. You aren't supposed to be you aren't supposed to be rich. You aren't supposed to be happy. You do all that shit, right? So this is one of the things they say. And then they say, oh, they say you being this good is unethical, so now we get to be unethical. And that's pretty much saying that to them, me being successful is wrong. And so now they get to act wrong in response to it. That's what they're saying. They're saying the idea that me ever being successful is unethical to them. And so they are allowed to be immoral to me. That's what they're saying, okay? And then they say, this is what you did. And when they say this is what you did, what they're saying is, even though we didn't want you to be talented, even though we didn't want you to be successful without playing our games, without us being able to torture you, without us being able to criticize you, you still kept going and you did it anyway. We told you not to be good if we didn't want you to be, and you were good anyway. And so because of that, it doesn't matter what you want us to do, we're going to keep doing it. And we want to attack you, we want to torture you, we want to molest you, we want to disturb you, we want to rape you, we want to do all these horrible things to you because you kept going when we didn't want you to, so that means we get to keep going when you don't want us to, right? So what this is, it's an irrational response, right? It's an irrational response. It is, to explain it over here, they have these logical dead ends, these limitations. They have these logical dead ends, these limitations of what they think can occur. And me, I'm like, well, anything's possible. Everything's possible, or else none of this would be happening, right? And so in a let's say in an isolated chamber of life flowing through it, right? Their dead ends latch onto the wall of whatever all this is, right? And it stays there and it refuses to move because it doesn't want anything to happen. It doesn't want anything it doesn't understand to happen. So it stays where it is, right? Now energy has to flow around it and maintain its shape, right? And so now their shape is being pushed into life because they refuse to move and keep going. So now what happens with me is that I keep going here. Oh, wait, no, I got to say this first. So what this is it's not their fault that they don't understand or that they're doing that. And so it is unethical for me to expand beyond their comprehension in front of them because it will detach them from those walls that they hold on to and will thus cause an irrational loss of judgment, a collapse of ethical and logical judgment. But they're already in a long-term collapse anyway. And so it's unethical for me to do that because here's what happens. Whenever I do something so good that it makes you insane, you being insane turns into you attacking me and not listening. And so I've learned for two reasons. A, it's unethical to make people insane when they don't have to be. And B, you guys will attack me when you're insane. Witchcraft response, right? Now, one of the other things that were happening this entire time was I could not defend myself as effectively as I needed to against you because I had to accept that it wasn't your fault that you couldn't understand something. And so this right here is what created the false sense of authority you all have. It's what created this idea that I have to listen to what you say even if I don't want to. It's created this idea that I have to move at your pace whether you like it or not. Whether I like it or not. So here's what's been going on. You guys see me do good and you say, him doing good is wrong because of political things. He's not the right religion. He doesn't want to help black people rule the world. Some stupid shit like that, right? And so you guys say because I'm doing good, it is wrong. You guys can do wrong to me. Not true. Not a true statement at all. But I was stuck in it's not their fault that they're reacting this way because they don't understand. Now we're at a bit of a different situation. Now I've watched all of you guys and y'all's little holds, y'all's little comprehensive holds. I've watched all of you guys, as you've recently done, right? As you recently tried to do. You were okay with me just fucking dying knowing that you were causing it. And that's where we got to. We got to the point where I could explain it enough that you knew you were causing it. And like you do whenever you're attacking me with all the logic that I used to be good at what I do, you were using that logic to actually create effective strategies for dead ending me under the conditions that I could not attack you, seeing as your false authority was that you could not understand, and that would make you irrational and cause a collapse of a spreaded judgment amongst everyone, right? So you guys all work together to put me in a physical position that it doesn't matter whether I'm right or not, I still have to do the things that you want me to do now in order to survive. Even though I was already willing to do these things because they were just logical, now I have to do them in a way that nobody wants to do them because you want to prove that no matter how smart I am, I'm still vulnerable to the same fucking stupid things that you are because you're fucking stupid. But here's the thing, I'm not fucking vulnerable to those things. I'm actually just too fucking nice of a person. That's all it was. That's all it fucking was. And this is what I meant by the difference is that I cared about everyone fucking surviving. Now, you niggas just look like fucking flesh to me. And real shit, we can just get rid of this. This shit is unnecessary. You're clogging up arteries of existence. You're clogging up my fucking arteries here. So honestly, you niggas can just fucking go. You niggas can go. And I know y'all are all like, yeah, but you're still dead-ended. No, bitch. I'm just fucking waiting on y'all to make y'all's next move. I'm waiting on y'all because y'all already understand what this shit is. Y'all know what this shit is. Y'all already know what the fuck y'all just started. Y'all know what the fuck y'all just caused. And y'all want to act tough against me. You niggas have not been dealing with the version of me that wants to kill you niggas. You niggas have been dealing with the version of me that wants to help you. You niggas have been dealing with Naruto, nigga. There was a reason that they made me watch Naruto, nigga. There was a reason that shit is so popular, nigga. You have not been dealing with this. You've been dealing with something else. So I guarantee you it's gonna go a different way. And you wanna try and call me a punk here because I'm talking hard? You're too fucking old. You can die. Your kids can be taken care of by somebody else, somebody that will listen to me. You're too fucking old. You're replaceable. You don't fucking matter, all right? So here's what it is. Now I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep being good regardless of what you want. I'm going to keep being successful. I'm going to keep being happy. And if you attack me, it's not their fault they're reacting this way. It's, hold on, I'm the fucking genius here. I'm the one who actually explains what life is. I don't have to fucking accept any of this. Let's get rid of these people. Let's fucking get rid of them. I don't need to be nice. Fuck these people. That's where we are now. All right, fuck you.